Hello there, it's Gerry McDade once again sitting down with the Morton manager, David Hopkin, as we look back at last weekend's William Hill Scottish Cup tie against St Johnstone and look forward to the first of a Tayside double this weekend when the Morton travel through to play Dundee United at Tannadice. David, let's talk about the game last weekend. I was at it. It was never a 3-0 result, that was it really?
Yeah, I think the result was harsh on the players. I thought we to concede a goal after 4 minutes put us in the back foot, but I thought the players responded well. I thought right up to the first half we should have been at least one each, maybe 2-1 up. So great credit to the players. And then today's the goal we do concede, I don't think we'll concede another goal like that, but it's the quality of opposition you're playing against. So difficult to go in 1-0 down, but as I say, I thought we played really well in the first half.
Because they looked quite scared actually. The longer the first half certainly went on when Morton had the chance, look at that chance that, you know, maybe with a wee bit more time when his hands he'd have popped it away. But it's a step up, isn't it, playing against a team from the Premiership?
Yeah, we spoke about it after the game, and I thought we created numerous chances throughout the game. And I said the Luca one was a fantastic, well worked from a throw-in, great play from Jim, Robbie, Regan into Luca. Maybe another day should score, but it's one of those things where we're creating chances against a very good team, a team that don't concede many goals, as we've seen. They defend really well, but it's the chance you do have in these games you have to take, and we'll probably have a better chance than last week than to get through to the next round. But they've got three quality players who one chance in the game and they take them, and that's the difference of playing against that level.
It is, because I think we counted 4 legitimate chances, 3 goals. I mean, you're getting punished at that level, as you say, but I thought Morton dominated the possession last week. I thought they looked really, really good. And the fighting attitude, we've talked about this before, from your team, that there's a real will to get a result in these games. Yeah,
I think everybody's seen now that the work we do behind the scenes on a daily basis, the coaching we do with players, the physical work, and I think it's starting to show through now. It was always going to take time, as I said, when I came into the club. But the players are really responding to it. We've got a really good squad of players, and as I keep saying, the players are fantastic. I think anybody that starts in the game or on the bench, or even players who have maybe not made the bench, are really committed to the club, which is a great thing. I think the fans have got to realise that they've got a real connection with the club and they want to take the club forward.
Well, let's talk about the fans, actually. I mean, I don't think it's very often you go to an away game and the home support are out-shouted. I think Morton took about maybe 500 supporters last week. I mean, I noticed you acknowledging them towards the end of the match. Tremendous, isn't it, when you can take that kind of away support? Yeah,
I think it's important. I think now that the fans have been a great, always travelled well at Morton, and great credit to them. As you say, we turned up on Saturday, there's 500 of them, they're singing, they're making noise, and to be fair, we get beat 3-0 and 95% of them maybe just stayed to end to show their appreciation. So the players fully appreciate that, I fully appreciate it, and I think everybody now, we're trying to get that bond with each other to make sure that the club's successful. But as you say, for 500 fans to turn up was great, and I'm hoping that they can travel up to Dundee United on Saturday.
I thought it was funny that the biggest ovation of the day came from both Morton and St Johnstone for Chris Miller coming on in the second half. That was wonderful to see.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think Chris has been at St Johnstone 10 years. I think he played here for 5 or 6 years before he went there. So his whole career has only been growing up Morton and St Johnstone. So I thought it was a fitting reception that he got from both sets of fans when he went on. And I think even it shows you how much Midge is liked at both clubs. Great professional, great player. And he's a glue in our changing room along with Jim, the older players that kind of keep that Morton tradition together.
Right, let's go into the Championship then. Dundee United at the weekend. Now, 2 games against them this season. You wouldn't thank me for reminding you, obviously, about the first one, because that was 6-0. But back here at Capello, again, they won 2-1. But I thought it was a game that Morton dominated and very, very unlucky. The gap maybe just isn't as big as people perceive.
Yeah, I think it was a difficult day at Tannadice. Our first game, I think we'd probably 7 or 8 new players playing that day. I think we got off to worst possible start. We give Lawrence Shankland a chance, and within a minute you're 1-0 down, then you're 2-0 down in 4 minutes. And then after that I thought if they got to half time 2-0, it gives you kind of half a chance in the game, but conceding just before half time, then obviously we get beat 6, which isn't nice. It's not great for anybody. But as you said, the second game we played them here, I think people could see improvements in the team. I thought we were unlucky, probably not to win a game here, never mind get a point, but the quality you're playing against, the squad that Robbie has at his disposal is fantastic, and it's a club that should be in the Premier League, not just this year, but I think years gone past. But great credit to Robbie. I think that they're going to get there now. I don't think there's any team going to catch them, and their home record's fantastic. So it's going to be a difficult challenge, but it's a game I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I imagine you'll be relishing it.
Yeah.
4 points away from Dundee in the playoff position, and they play on Friday night. They play the night before, so we don't know how that's going to go, obviously. But that is the margin in this league, isn't it? I mean, 4 teams locked in 25 points. Morton have that game in hand as well. But I mean, there's a lot to play for here.
Yeah, it's a fantastic league. I think anybody that goes and watches the games, and you even see the difference in quality. Even Premier League teams playing Championship clubs, apart from ourselves, we get beat 3-0. Dundee get beat 3-0 off Motherwell. These are 2 top teams, but I think you can see the gap. There's not much between Dundee United and Hibernian, and it's going to be another tough game for Hibs at home against Dundee. So we're now at the stage where 25 points was important. Ask the players, could we get 9 points out of 12? And that spell of games, who were playing teams round about us, and to be fair, they've responded. I thought the 3 wins we've had has propelled us back into where we wanted to be.
Good wins as well.
Very good wins, difficult venues against teams round about you. So it was important we won away from home. We did it at Broth, we did it at Alloa, and then also we did a great result at Dunfermline at home. So the boys are starting to believe now. I think that's the main thing. We're getting fitter, we're getting stronger, and the mentality's changing. That's the most important thing. But we've managed to get ourselves where we are, and you say we're 4 points away from Dundee here, probably the biggest team along with Dundee United in our league.
I don't want to preempt you here, and I don't want you to tell me what your team will be, obviously. But do you have a fairly full squad to pick from in terms of injury?
Yeah, we've had Aidan Nesbitt trained on Tuesday, which is fantastic. I think he's been out for the last 3-4 weeks. He's hip flexor, so he's back. Bob McHugh's back in training. He just missed out last week, Bob. I didn't want to put him on the bench in case he came on and he had a reoccurrence his hamstring. He played 90 minutes on Monday, against Hearts, scored a goal. So Bob's in contention, and the only player now is Cameron Selkfeld. So don't know whether Saturday will be too early for him, but he'll not be far away from joining us. So we'll hopefully within the next home game we have, we'll have a fully fit squad, and hopefully I can add 1 or 2 to it.
Which is a bit of a first for you this season, isn't it? You've not been able to really pick from a full squad throughout the entire season, so it's a nice position to be in.
Yeah, I think it was always important that we were going to have injuries, we were going to have suspensions, and sometimes it's been the early season when we have missed players, we have missed them. I think now that we're missing Aidan and Cameron Selkfeld and Bob, and other people's come into them positions and felt them really well. And as I say, it's all about a squad over a season, and I think that's the main thing, that the priority was to keep everybody focused and everybody wanted to make sure that we're all in this together. And I think you can see it, and I think your fans are starting to see it. And
then finally, if I can ask you, you mentioned squad, but still in the transfer window. Is there anything ongoing there in that situation? I know you're still looking at players.
Yeah, we're always looking, we're always working to try and get players in, but the financial constraints we have, maybe have to move 1 or 2 out before we get players in, but we have to get players in first. So I told the players this, that we're all in together, we make sure that we're focused, because I think sometimes in January a lot of players can lose focus, think them are going to be here and they're not going to be here. But I spoke to every one of the players, they all want to stay, they want to fight for their place. So these are important things in January, that you don't do too much and upset what I've already built, and that's the main thing, was keeping that continuity of squad together.
Well, David, I know obviously we're going to be doing a fans forum soon. You've got a podcast coming up as well. Really appreciate you coming in this morning, and best of luck this weekend.
Thanks very much, Gerry.